Hi, I'm Andy the Palm Springs linguist. Today I'm visiting Sunnylands Center and Gardens in Rancho Mirage as I count down 5 distinctions you can make in the written language that you can't make in the spoken language. Walter Annenberg owns several written publications, including TV Guide, 17 Magazine, and the Philadelphia Inquirer, among others. Adjacent to Sunnylands in Rancho Mirage, about a 20-minute drive from Palm Springs, Sunnylands Center and Gardens was built from the Annenberg's fortune, made from these written language publications. While both spoken and written language have the same goal of communication, certain distinctions are more easily made in spoken language, and others are more easily made in written language. Here are 5 distinctions you can more easily make in written English than in spoken English. The number 5 distinction you can make in written English, but not spoken English: capitalize proper nouns. There are 2 types of nouns: proper nouns and common nouns. Proper nouns are names. For example, city is a common noun, and Rancho Mirage is a proper noun because it is the name of a specific city. Magazine is a common noun, and TV Guide is a proper noun because it is the name of a specific magazine. In English, common nouns start with a lowercase letter, and proper nouns start with a capital letter. On a side note, all nouns are capitalized in German, not just proper nouns like in English. Occasionally in English, the very same word can be both a common noun and proper noun, sometimes with different meanings. Such pairs of words are called capitonyms. A capitonym is a word that changes its meaning when it is capitalized. Since this video is about distinctions you can make in written language, but not easily in spoken language, I will say each example orally, allowing you a moment to try to figure out how the oral language is ambiguous. Of course, I will follow up by showing how the same utterance in the written language is not ambiguous. I was surprised to see Turkey on the map. If you use Turkey with a lowercase letter, then you were surprised to see turkey meat on the top of the map. How did the turkey meat get there? Perhaps this map is lying on a kitchen countertop. If you use Turkey with a capital letter, then it refers to the name of the country, Turkey. Here is a classic example. Help your Uncle Jack off the horse. If you use capital letters on Uncle Jack, then it means that you should help your uncle, whose name is Jack, get down off the horse. But if you use lowercase letters on Uncle Jack, then you're being asked to do something that, well, let's just say you should probably have the horse's consent. The number 4 distinction you can make in written English, but not spoken English: the feminine E. Carrie is dating a blonde. Does this mean that Carrie's boyfriend has blonde hair? Or does that mean Carrie is a lesbian dating a woman with blonde hair? The answer lies in how you spell blonde. Carrie is dating a blonde indicates that Carrie is dating a blonde guy. But if Carrie is dating a blonde, then the E in the noun blonde indicates that Carrie is dating a blonde-haired woman. In the French language, all nouns and adjectives can be categorized as masculine or feminine. Feminine nouns and adjectives are often formed by adding an E to the end of the word. For example, the French word for a male friend is ami, but if you add an E to ami, it becomes the word for a female friend. Almost 30% of English vocabulary originates from French. A small number of the nouns and adjectives in English retain their masculine-feminine distinction, with a final E indicating the feminine. Surprisingly, Ben, who is openly gay, has a fiancée. Is it surprising because you wouldn't expect 2 men to get married to each other? Ben is openly gay after all. Or is it surprising because you wouldn't expect an openly gay man to marry a woman? Well, the gender of his fiancée rests on how many E's fiancé is spelled with. Surprisingly, Ben has a fiancée indicates that Ben's marrying a man. But surprisingly, Ben has a fiancée indicates that despite Ben being openly gay, he's marrying a woman. We know this because of the extra E in fiancé. The number 3 distinction you can make in written English, but not spoken English: homophones distinguished by spelling. Homophones are words that sound the same, but differ in meaning and or spelling. When you hear the word muscle in isolation, you can't be sure if it is a body part or an ocean animal. The word muscle in the oral language is ambiguous. However, since these homophones are spelled differently, they are not ambiguous in the written language. Did you get the flower out of her hair? Was someone in the kitchen and dropped a bag of baking flour and a cloud of it got into her hair? Or does the woman have a flower she picked from the garden in her hair? Did the sun come out? Is it a cloudy day, or is the male child gay? As you can see, spelling is a tool to differentiate homophones in the written language in a way that can be ambiguous in the spoken language. The number 2 distinction you can make in written English but not spoken English: singular and plural possessive nouns. Diane and Janice got into an altercation. However, the girl's lawyer was able to settle the dispute. Did the girls get into an altercation with each other, and one of them hired a lawyer to sue the other? Or did the girls get into an altercation with someone else, and they hired a lawyer to represent both of them? In written language, if the noun girls ends in apostrophe s, then girls is singular, and the lawyer is representing one girl. If the noun girls ends in s apostrophe, then girls is plural, and the lawyer is representing both girls. This distinction is only made in writing. All natural languages started out as spoken languages or sign languages. Writing systems to document these languages came later on. Linguists gravitate towards studying spoken and sign languages because they are the foundations of language. There are over 7,000 languages on Earth, and thousands of them do not even have writing systems. While the focus of this video has been on distinctions you can only make in written language, the reality is that there is a far greater number of distinctions you can make in spoken language. Now we've arrived at the number 1 distinction you can make in written English, but not spoken English: restrictive and non-restrictive elements. Restrictive elements are words that are essential to retain the meaning of the text. Non-restrictive elements are words that provide additional information, but are not essential for meaning. You can remove a non-restrictive element and the meaning of the text stays the same. Bill's wife Barb filed for divorce. If there are commas before and after the name Barb, then Barb is a non-restrictive element indicating that Bill has only one wife. The name Barb is simply extra information. If you were to remove the name Barb, the sentence would still mean the exact same thing, since there is no one other than Barb who can be called Bill's wife. However, if there are no commas before or after the name Barb, then Barb is a restrictive element, indicating that Bill must be a polygamist who has more than one wife. You can't remove the name Barb because otherwise Bill's wife could refer to one of Bill's other wives, one of Barb's sister wives. Now I want to hear from you. What is your favorite distinction you can make in writing? Put your thoughts in the comments section below. Discover language you were never taught in school while exploring the California desert and beyond. If you enjoyed this episode, please click like and subscribe right now to not miss any future episodes of the Palm Springs Linguist. These have been 5 distinctions that you can make in written language that you can't make in spoken language. I'm Andy, the Palm Springs Linguist, and the next time you're in the Coachella Valley, I highly recommend that you check out Sunnylands Center Gardens. As you can see, the gardens are beautiful, and it's free to the public, so check it out. Until next time, I'm off to the pool.